Alright guys, this is my Kia Shuna 99, and then the power window system was busted when I bought it. The other side too was fairly damaged. The motor was removed and wasn't working. I couldn't get a new motor. Things are quite expensive down in Ghana here, so I tried to salvage a wiper motor and mount it onto it, but it turns out there's a bit of a mechanical problem with the gears. So I decided to weld that lever on it, so it's now a manual window for the passenger side and all the other three doors. But the driver's side, the driver's door, the motor is still intact and everything is still working. When I bought it, the motor wires, and then these green wires were all treated to be operated. Like, you just have to hold the wires out and then contact for the windows to be operated. And it's really a pain in the butt to do that, so I decided to do a bit of an alteration. This thing is somewhere expensive in Ghana here, because I think $100 is about 100 cedis. $10 is about $10 is about 100 cedis and over here, and this thing costs about $200-300. So I just decided to do it a DIY style. And in this situation, I decided to use I have this old relay model. It's a two-pole relay. Each one of them is a two-pole relay. So I decided to use that one for an alteration that I'll do. So it's basically there are two poles switching. The motor is actually the main what's being toggled over here. So the polarity of the motor is being switched between two different poles. I'll show you a schematic of that, and then probably you'll be able to understand it. I just took the motor wires, the wires that control the motor, and I connected that one to the common ground, or whatever, com port, or whatever you call it. And then I did a ground. There's one ground on the normally open, and then one ground on the normally closed. And then I did same with the live, which is the 12 volts. There's one on the normally closed, and then one on the normally open. The relay board, it's actually a relay module which was damaged from one of my projects that I was doing earlier before I started this channel. So I decided to do everything directly, and as you can see, the coils are connected directly over here, and the control system over here is not working. So besides, I'm not going to use an Arduino to control this door when I could just do it with just a bunch of push buttons. So how that part also works is these two are connected in parallel. The two relays, they've been connected in parallel over here, and as you can see, I've already connected the neutral side. If you are going to follow this, you have to make sure you actually take note of where the diode is. Where the diode is happens to be the positive side, and the other side is the negative side. So I have the negative side connected over here, and the positive side isn't yet connected. There'll be a toggle switch, or I don't know how to call it. It's a toggle switch or something. There'll be a switch which, whenever the relays are activated, it will switch them to either down or up. I'm not sure. I haven't really finished up everything, so I can't really specify which one. But when it moves to one side, when the relays are switched to the other side, it turns the polarity of the motor, which will cause it to come down. When the relays are deactivated, normally closed, and then I hope you get me. I'll show you a schematic, and then probably you'll understand that. So this is the cover thingy for the door, and instead of using the old one, which is going to be too much work because I'd have to do lots of work on it, so I just decided to carve this one out of wood. I just carved this one out of wood using my angle grinder. Just carved it, angle grinder, and then the flap disc. Just carved it out of wood, and oh good. I'm just going to put these buttons over here. Yeah, they're going to be these push buttons. I'll be using these ones. This one is just an ordinary push button. When you just push it, it just clicks. So one click is on and the other is off. So I think I'll use this one for the up and down. Push it down. When it comes up, when it pops up, it's the relays are going to be off. So the window will go up when you push the other button. The other way around, it goes off or it goes down. And there's going to be the actual window button. You push it and then push and hold. There's actually a push and hold button and there's a push button. Okay, so you push and hold and then the window goes up. Turn it off over here, push and hold, and it goes down. I didn't really want to do the main power thing where I'd have a switch that would actually turn off the power or window lock or whatever you'd call it. I don't think that's necessary, so I'm going to leave that one out for now. But maybe, just maybe, I'd add it. So should in case one of the relays have any problem, and these don't have any electronics in there to stop the power from flowing through the system when the window is at top dead or down dead. So I think it'll be necessary to add it. So that's too much work for now, so I'm not going to add it for now. Maybe sometime later in the future. So I was able to finish this thing last night, but it was quite late in the night, so I couldn't record. I couldn't record. The vision here was very, very bad. Plus the rain was also almost falling, so I had to do everything in a haste. So but everything works. I just added these two switches and taped everything up. So let's just give it a try. Turn on the key and then okay, so I think it's this switch is currently off, so it goes up. So now it's on. Once it's on, when I push the second button, a big dot come down. So let's see. You see? And when I push it again, I mean the window is supposed to go up.